Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Experience podcast, inside the business, buzz, and brilliance of Black entrepreneurs. Here is your host, Dr. Frances Richards.
What happens in Vegas goes all over the world on Black Entrepreneur Experience, episode number 408. Thank you for joining us as we elevate the Black Entrepreneur Experience by interviewing CEOs, thought leaders, innovative thinkers, and Black entrepreneurs across the globe. I'm your host, Dr. Frances Richards. Hair loss is a personal matter, and you deserve to cope with it as privately as you would like. Pink and Pouty Medical Wigs owner is on a mission to empower women through high-quality wigs that make them feel gorgeous again. Welcome, Shannon Foxworth Williams.
Hi, Dr. Frances. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. I've given our audience such a brief bio. Why don't you fill in the gaps? Share with our audience what you'd like them to know about you and your business.
Well, my name is Shannon Foxworth Williams. I am a medical wig provider. I have been in the industry for over 20 years, providing medical wigs for the last 2 years to women suffering with hair loss, alopecia, or breast cancer.
Why do you do what you do?
I love it. I love to make women feel beautiful. I love to assist with boosting their self-esteem. I love seeing the smiles on their faces. I love bringing them back to their youth. I love what I do. I can't explain it. I love it.
Talk about hair. People are like, it's just hair. Why are you so tripped out about your hair? Just cut it off if you're bald or whatever. Talk about that.
A woman's hair is her crown. And that's that. If you have hair, it's easy to say, just cut it off. It's just hair. But to a woman who suffers with hair loss, it's more than just cut it off. It's hair. They feel unattractive. They feel not wanted. They feel not loved. It's so many different feelings that they experience. And it's my job as a wigologist to make them feel beautiful. And in doing that, what I like to do is I like them to bring pictures of what they used to look like before they lost their hair. And my job is to recreate the exact same look. And in doing so, it's been such a success, Dr. Frances. I can't just tell you the joy that it brings the family, the husbands, they cry. The children, they cry. So it's an amazing feeling, but it's not just hair.
Tell us the backstory. How did you start doing medical wigs?
I've been a wig maker for over 20 years, and it was just for women who had hair and just wanted to look different. And then I started having more clients suffering from hair loss. So I saw where the need was, but then I saw where there are stylists that's continuing doing these styles that are constantly pulling the hair out. So I decided to go into making these wigs, but then seeing there are medical conditions, whether it's blood pressure pills or cancer or alopecia. And these women have insurance. They're working women. They're in corporate America. Why not have the insurance cover these wigs? The insurance pays for everything else. Why not? So after researching, looking into it, we found that insurance definitely pays for medical wigs. So that's how I became a medical wig provider, and definitely just educating these women that the insurance can definitely pay for these wigs.
Talk about mental wellness and hair loss.
Mental wellness is very serious when it comes to hair loss. People don't realize how important it is to these women and how depression will sit in their hearts, in their minds about hair loss. Women have, divorced husbands, or husbands have divorced wives because they don't understand the wellness that it takes, the toll that it takes on a woman with losing her hair.
When you talk about medical wigs, what is the difference between a medical wig and I'm just going to go to Sally's or go purchase a wig? What is the difference?
The difference is a medical wig is a custom wig, and it has a barrier that's handmade by myself and other medical wig providers, hopefully. It's a medical barrier that goes under the wig cap, which allows the wig to protect from the skin. So it's not only a barrier that acts as a scalp. If you part, it'll look like your natural scalp. It protects the wig from the head. So any type of reactions or any type of discomfort, itching, or anything like that, you can prevent that from happening with a medical wig.
Someone is listening to this conversation and they have dealt with hair loss, whether it's because of cancer or alopecia. What advice would you give them?
I would give them the advice of definitely checking in with your dermatologist just before you decide if it's my hair can grow back or am I just going through something right now. Look at your medications. Am I on high blood pressure pills? It's stress related. So many different things can cause hair loss. But before you just jump into a medical wig, make sure you get the history of what exactly is going on with your situation before looking into a medical wig.
What is something that women who are wearing wigs that they should know that they don't know, whether they have a problem with alopecia or hair loss and they didn't go the route of getting a medical wig? What is something that they should know about the industry or know about a medical wig that they don't know?
One of the things that if a woman is currently suffering with hair loss and wearing wigs, one of the things that I would highly suggest is not wearing a wig cap under a wig, because that band, it causes like a crease across the hairline or the nape, which also stumps hair growth. Definitely, even if you, like you said, if you have experience in hair loss or not, definitely not wearing a wig cap underneath. And that's the whole purpose of having a custom wig, because if you have a custom medical wig or even a custom wig, you won't need a cap underneath.
What advice would you give women that's experiencing hair loss because of stress?
I would definitely say watch your diet, watch the things that you're eating, try to take your stress level. Try not to stress, of course. That's number one. But if you are experiencing hair loss from stress, just start to take vitamins, protein treatment as regular as possible. If you are doing them once a month, I would even suggest once a week. And then, of course, speaking to your physician as far as what's the next step into going into strengthening your hair.
I want you to have a monologue, Shannon. I want you to name this person, living or not. They've inspired you so much. What are you saying to that person, and who is that person?
Oh, that's deep, Dr. Francis. I would say to that person, because I don't know who that person would be, but whoever the person is, I would ask them for help in my mission and what it is that I'm doing to help these women, because I feel like I am the voice for them. They don't get a chance to talk to everyone else about their situation. So I would talk to them and ask them to help me to deal with the situation better, to be a little bit more stronger and show me how to be stronger so I can be there to help these women and kids.
What is your mission?
My mission is to reach as many women as possible and kids, and letting them know that it's okay and that we're going to get through this together, and I'm going to help them, and I'm going to be with them as much as I can every step of the way in providing medical wigs or even support or even a talk through what it is that they're going through, whether it's through a prior client or situation. We're going to get through this, and I'm going to be there with them.
You talked about kids. I can't imagine a child dealing with hair loss without, we don't want you to name any of your clients, but share a story that has really touched you in reference to your mission.
One of the stories that touched me to the heart, to the deepest of the heart, is one of my clients, my youngest client. She's 6 years old. She has alopecia, and all her sisters have hair, head full of hair, same dad. She's the only one. And right now she's spiraling out of control. She's acting out in school. Her mom brings her to church. She's acting out in church. And I scheduled a call with her this week and just showing her the video of when I did her hair. She was so happy. That brought her to a happy place. So I would say dealing with kids is the hardest because they don't understand. And kids are so cruel when they go to school. They don't understand why this child does not have hair. And they tease them and they bully them. So then they're dealing with that. The fact that everybody in their house have hair, and then they go to school and they're being teased. Well, the emotional distress on this particular child, her mom even brought her to church and brought her to Sunday school after church. And she said it was like she was worse before she even went to church. So these kids, especially at 6 years old, they do not know how to deal with these emotions. They have no idea of how to deal with it. I mean, I'm a hairstylist. I'm a medical wig provider. Besides what I know as a person, all I can do is provide the hair and the wig and then just give them the best advice as possible. But it's very hard, Dr. Francis, seeing children deal with hair loss.
What breaks your heart?
Not saving the world. Not being able to help these women when they can't pay for these wigs, when the insurance do not want to cover, when they don't have all the money to cover the deductible or whatever the case is. I find myself giving back a lot because I can't sleep. In the end, God blesses me all the time abundantly, but I can't see myself not helping them. So what breaks my heart is when I can't help them.
Shannon, what is the takeaway from our conversation? What do you want the audience to leave with?
I want the audience to leave with the fact of knowing that just because you see a person with a wig on, not to look at that person as what an ugly wig or that's what an atrocious wig that is. You don't know what the person's situation is. You don't know if this is all that they have to put on. You don't know what the situation is. So I would say reach out to your loved ones, people who you may think that suffer from hair loss or depressed from hair loss, or if you hear anyone talking about losing their hair, definitely have them to reach out to, if it's not myself, Pink and Pouty, just another medical wig provider to just see about getting them some help and not just automatically assuming that someone wants to wear a bad wig. Sometimes they don't have a choice.
And if someone is interested in connecting with you, how do they connect with you?
pinkandpouty.com is my website, and Instagram is Pink and Pouty Medical Wigs.
Shannon, you're a part of 1 million Black women. Black in Business. Tell us about your experience in that program.
It's an experience of a lifetime. Again, my mentor encouraged me to apply, Crystal Robinson. Woohoo, Crystal. But my mentor encouraged me to apply, and I was nervous. But the program is amazing. It's an influx of information, and I get to meet amazing women all over the world, very talented women all over the world. And it's amazing to see women doing such amazing things, such as myself.
Fill in the blank. Thank you, Goldman Sachs, because.
Thank you, Goldman Sachs, because of you, I have a different outlook on my business handles, things I need to do for my business, how to move forward for my business, and also how to move forward as a person with my business.
Someone is listening, Shannon, and they are looking at applying to one of the cohorts. What advice would you give them?
Apply. 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 What are you waiting for? Apply. Apply. It will change your life. Apply.
What brings you joy?
Send a smile on my patients, clients' faces after providing a service for them. It makes me so happy. Of course, getting paid is the joy comes in seeing them happy.
Shannon, there are so many brands and businesses that are dominating. Talk about a brand or a business that dominates that you admire and why.
I would say my mentor. She's amazing. She's definitely dominating businesses, and she's giving back, especially to women with cancer. She has an idea of how I feel about these women. So I definitely admire her for what she's doing and would want to be like her one day, being able to help others.
Do you want to shout out and say her name?
I do. Crystal Robinson. She's an angel.
What is your zone of genius?
I would say helping these women, having this talent, this God-given talent. I would say that's my superpower because it's so many people not like me. So I would say that it's my talent.
When we think of an attitude of gratitude, I want you to have a thank fest. And I want you to thank people, situations that has really impacted your life. Have at it.
An attitude fest for me would be seeing women that suffer with alopecia and hair loss, and also being able to recently come out and admit myself dealing with hair loss and alopecia. And I feel like I celebrate those type of people because in order to get through a problem, you have to realize that it's a problem. I just feel like in order to do that, you have to realize that that's the situation and be able to know that great things are coming. And I just feel like that's the way for me to celebrate from that.
What toll has this project or working in your industry taken on your soul?
I've been able to find out the type of person that I really am. I never realized how caring I was. I never realized how emotional I am. And it's kind of like I was told that in the field that I am in, it's kind of like being a doctor or a nurse. Like when a doctor comes in to tell you, oh, unfortunately, you have cancer. But even though the patient may break down and cry, the doctor has to have a straight face. The nurse has to have a straight face, no matter if they're 5 years old or 2 years old. They may walk out the room and share a tear or share their emotion. But I've learned that I have to stay strong because they're coming to me because they need me to be strong for them. But it's really been hard on me because I care so much about people and their situations, and I have a tendency to allow their problems to carry as my own. So, and I love that about me. I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't change that because I feel like that's the person that God blessed me to be. And I feel like I'm one of the people that's gonna make the world a better place. So I wouldn't change that about me at all.
Shannon, what do you need that you don't have to move the needle forward in moving your business to another level?
Employees. Employees. I can't right now, it's just me. It's just me. Employees and the capital to be able to do so.
So again, if someone's interested in on the funding side or someone's interested in terms of employment, they can still reach out to you at the same place. Correct.
Yes.
And give them that information again.
It's pinkandpouty.com, the website, and the Instagram is Pink and Pouty Medical Wigs. And email is info@pinkandpouty.com.
Thank you for that. Fill in the blank. I am better because.
I am better because I care.
You talked about your mentor. I want you to name two people, your top two influencers or mentors, and what lessons did they teach you?
Well, I can't speak on two. I'll speak on Crystal Robinson. She is amazing. She taught me to never give up. She taught me that I have what it takes. I'm doing God's work. And she just taught me to realize that everything is going to happen in its time. And what I took away from that was everything will happen in its time. Because just as she said it, it's happening. I hear people, Dr. Francis, say that before they get through the storm, before they get to it, they have to go through it. And I know that that's true because anything that can happen outrageous in my life is happening right now. So I know it's something coming on the other side. So I just have to be patient and realize, here's the thing, I have to realize that it's there, and I do. So what I take away from that is the fact that I listened. When she said it, I didn't understand it, but now I do, that I'm going through it. So I definitely take that away from her, to stand strong and you got this. That's her words. You got this all the time. My second mentor would be a person, and I'm going to call his name. His name is Michael Williams. He's a stylist. I specialize in wigs, but my specialty is pixie wigs, short wigs. Everyone wants to wear short hair and, of course, don't want it to look like a wig. So I take away from him is that you're too hard on yourself. You have it. You have the passion. Anybody can do what you're doing, but if they don't have the passion that you have, it's not the same. They're not going to get the same benefit. And I believe that. I believe that because I genuinely care about people. So each of those individuals saw something in me that I didn't even see myself, Dr. Francis. Honestly, I didn't even recognize that I had the strength that I have until now. And I'm going to do something about it. I'm definitely going to do something about it.
Becoming Shannon Foxworth Williams. How did you become?
Reaching individuals that's dealing with life challenges and realizing that my life isn't so bad, and putting my own personal struggles aside to help them. That's how I became Shannon Foxworth Williams.
We've come to the part of our interview. It's called Rapid Round of Fun. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I'd like you to give me very quick answers. If there's something you desire not to answer, feel free to say pass. Are you ready for the Rapid Round of Fun?
Yes.
Your ideal car.
A Genesis, believe it or not.
What is your favorite comfort food?
Fire truck.
The last movie you saw?
The Negotiator.
You relax doing what?
Crying.
Your favorite singer or rapper?
Jill Scott.
Your favorite dance song?
I don't have one.
What food you eat every week, no matter what?
A salad.
Work out or hit the couch?
Hit the couch.
Shannon Foxworth Williams, thank you so much for joining us on Black Entrepreneur Experience Podcast. Before we let you go, I'd like you to share with our audience the best way for them to connect with you and to do business with you. And I want you to leave all your social media handles.
Shannon Foxworth Williams. Website, Pink and Pouty. That's PinkPouty.com. Instagram, Pink and Pouty, Medical Wigs. Facebook, Shannon Foxworth Williams. Email address, info@pinkandpouty.com.
Thank you. That's a wrap.
Thank you for listening and subscribing to Black Entrepreneur Experience. We would love for you to leave a review and rating on iTunes and share with your friends. For show notes and more episodes, go to www.beepodcast.com. Join us next Wednesday, and remember, green is the new black. So keep your bank accounts and your business in the black.